we will be considering how to enhance our reading fluency. Can you repeat that after me? How to enhance our reading fluency. Great. So what do we mean by reading fluency? Can you even attempt that? Reading and then fluency. Okay, let me help you with that. So reading fluency is the ability to read with accuracy, speed, and great expression. The ability to read with accuracy, note that please, accuracy, speed, and great expression. You can call that intonation too. So how do we develop our reading that at the same time we can read with great accuracy, we can read with great speed, and then correct pronunciation? Isn't that interesting? Welcome to class. It's time to learn. All right. As we move forward, what are the good abilities or habits to develop as a reader? You should know that fluent readers demonstrate a smooth flow of words. They demonstrate a smooth flow of words, contributing to better comprehension. When you pick up a book to read, you'll remember I've always told you when I give you a passage to read, it is very important that you take note of the fact that you're not just reading to answer the question. No, you're not. You need to understand your main idea. You need to be able to comprehend what you're reading. You need to be sure of what the passage is talking about. So, in a bid to achieve that, most learners just pick up a book. If you're given a passage in class, actually, you just pick up the passage, read the passage, and then try to answer the question. I've seen you many times trying to see if you can copy and then paste the answer in the comprehension passage. First, that is not right. Had it been you understood the passage, what do? You can easily pick out your answers, not copying the answers from the passage, just looking for what looks like the question, what looks like the answer to the question, so you're just trying to paste it. No, you shouldn't do that. So how do we achieve accuracy, speed, and then the comprehension of the passage at the same time? You need to develop certain habits. And what to do? Number one, when you read a passage, make connections. Don't detach yourself totally from the passage. Make connections to what you're reading. You have a passage about obedience. You have a passage about virtual learning. You have a passage about social justice. Can you bring it down to your society? Can you bring it down to your day-to-day activities? Can you bring it down to the things you've experienced over time? So writers don't just write. They write in relationship to what happens in our day-to-day activities. Alright? Whatever is going on, they don't even write out of the blues. If you pick up every story that's been written over time, you will see that there's a way it relates to the real world. So when you pick up a passage to read, don't think it's just, oh, I've never had this before, I do not know what the passage is all about. Calm down. Take up the passage, read it, and see how you can actually bring it down to yourself. Bring it home. Ask yourself, have I ever experienced something like this before? Have I ever seen a certain situation like this before? What are the things I can say about this passage? Make connections to the passage. Don't detach yourself absolutely from the passage. That's how, last week we talked about main ideas. So you should be able to relate with how to get your main ideas from the passage. So do not detach yourself from the passage. Make connections with the passage, all right? Then after you have made connection, ask yourself questions. You've read a passage. Okay, what do I do next? Ask questions. What is this passage all about? What are the things I should take note of in the passage? But don't forget that we are trying to connect accuracy, correct intonation, correct pronunciation, right? And then speed with our reading. Don't forget that. Now, let me tell you something about not combining these three. Now, imagine that you're reading a passage and you've seen so many words that you do not know how to pronounce them. You do not know their meaning. Do you know that it will be very difficult for you to understand the passage? Number one, you will try to focus on how do I pronounce this word, and for a very long time you're looking for how to pronounce the word, and then it's very difficult, and then you move to okay, I can now pronounce it. What is the correct intonation? What is the meaning of the word? Then the value of the comprehension passage is then missing, is lost because you're far away from understanding the passage itself. All right? You're far away from understanding the passage itself. So it becomes difficult to appreciate that passage well. It becomes difficult to understand what you're reading. So make connections, ask questions so that you don't just focus on the wrong things that you shouldn't be doing. I've told you how to pronounce, how to try to pronounce. In case you find it difficult words to pronounce, how do you do it? Break those words down. See if the root word makes sense to you. See if you have really come across that root word. The root word, break it down first into syllables. Look at if you can find prefix and suffix in the passage or in the word rather, and see how you can take out the root word and see if you can pronounce that word. And if not, break the word into syllables and pronounce by syllables. So this should help you with pronunciation with syllables. Then visualize whatever you're reading. Visualize it. Make connections. Reading should create mental images in your brain. Last week we talked about different sensory details, all right, and how to relate with them. We were able to bring. We've looked at different passages. We were able to bring out sensory details from poem that relates with sight, that relates with hearing, touch, taste and all, smell. So I believe that you should be able to do this. So visualize, synthesize, make inferences, and predict what the passage is all about. Predict the questions, set questions for yourself. So in the class, beyond this, we will be looking at the different types of reading. We have skimming, we have scanning, we have extensive reading, we have intensive reading, we have loud reading, we have silent reading. So in class, we will be expanding on all of this. Thank you for joining in.